up, YouTube? It's Brandon B, aka Blaze here. So it's time for another movie review. I don't know if you guys could hear me or not because it's pretty windy out and it's also very, very sunny. But this is a movie review plus a little bit of extra things. The first little extra thing is I did not go to Disney the other day. Just a lot of different things happened. I took my computer test, got to retake it due to some incidents that happened. So I'm going to be taking that soon. Also, the reason why we didn't go to Disney is just a lot of different things. But I am going to be going to Disney again probably next week or a couple weeks after, or who knows when I'm going to put up, when we go, and I'm going to be able to put up the videos. Plus, I got a new job, so that's another reason why I had to put things on hold. But I also am going to be going to Volcano Bay at Universal Studios, which is their new water park that replaced Wet n Wild. So I'm going to be making videos when I go there because we're definitely going, which it's actually going to be tomorrow. So if I put this up tonight, I'll be going tomorrow, and then, or if I put this up the next day, then I've already went. But I can't bring the camera on the rides with me. Because the camera they have is not waterproof. So I'm just going to be doing like a walkthrough tour, and then I'll be putting the camera away for the rest of the day so that I can enjoy it because it'll be my first time there. But I also will do, after we get done at the park, Vinny and I, Pimp Cool V, and I will do a video review of all the different rides and slides and activities that they have. But we'll just be doing a walkthrough, and then I'll put the camera away so I can go on the rides like I said. But now it's time for the movie review. So I saw the movie called Pacific Rim 2 Uprising. It was a really, really great movie. It was really long. The only downfall is that it just had like slow points. The good things about it is I saw it in 3D, so I really did like the visuals, and it was an excellent 3D movie. There was tons and tons of action. It's basically like Transformers meets Godzilla, but that's pretty much it. And then also, I did like the actors in it. They did a really good job. The acting was on point. Spoiler alert, the movie ended with like a cliffhanger, so there will be a third movie. It was kind of long, like I said. It had some slow points. There was a lot of twists and turns actually in this movie where I actually thought the movie was going to end, but it didn't. It just picked up and kept on going. The first Pacific Rim came out some years ago in the early 2000s, and it was basically about monsters from another world coming to try to destroy the Earth. So all the humans built these robots, and they have human pilots that go after the monsters. It had Ron Perlman in it from Sons of Anarchy. It had Charlie Day in it from Sunny in Philadelphia. It had Idris Elba in it, who is in that movie called Dark Tower in the Mountain Between Us. It also had some Asian Chinese lady who I'd never seen before. The other scientists in it, I'm not too sure who he was. Then the main guy in the first one was Charlie Hunnam, I think his last name is. He was also from the show called Sons of Anarchy. Now, this new movie did have a lot of new people, but it kept 3 of the same people from the original movie, which was Charlie Day, the other scientist, and that Asian Chinese girl. But for people that don't know, spoiler alert, Idris Elba's character died in the first movie. Ron Perlman's character died in the first movie. Charlie Hunnam decided not to do this movie, I guess due to like scheduling, or that he just didn't want to do another movie like this. Who knows? But overall, it was really good. The new people that was in this movie that replaced some of the older characters it had this new Asian lady who's kind of like Ron Perlman's character as like a black market arms dealer. It also had Scott Eastwood, who is Clint Eastwood's, I guess, son or grandson, as the guy to replace Charlie Hunnam. He actually did really good. I'm not a big fan of his other movies. They're not as good as this one. The guy that replaced Idris Elba is I can't pronounce his name, but it's this British actor who's black, and he's from the movie called Attack of the Block. But he is also the guy that plays Finn in the new Star Wars movie, or Flynn. Sorry about that. I can't pronounce the names. But also, it was a really great movie. The Chinese lady from the first movie is also in this one, or Asian lady, she is in this one. She plays like the new military leader And then the guy from the Star Wars movies plays Idris Elba's son in this, who takes over what his dad originally left off doing. The monsters in this movie weren't actually the monsters from another world. They were the same type of monsters, but in this time, at Pacific Rim 2, the monsters from the other world was actually controlled by humans, so it was basically humans fighting humans. It still had those Jaeger monsters, which are those, it still had those Jaeger robots, and those are the ones that the humans control. It's usually like 2 or 3 people in them that pilot. The weapons were amazing. Like one machine had like a sword, another machine was all about guns, another robot was about like a shield, and it also had this big like hand that had like different spikes on it. So that was pretty cool. The new person in this movie who helped with the movie was this young girl in it. She is like this runaway person whose parents died from the first movie, so she decides to build her own robot, which it actually comes in handy and it helps them save the world. But this movie leaves off with them saying that the monsters are going to be coming back, and shows Charlie Day talking about the monsters going to be coming back or whatever. Turns out he actually turns into a bad guy in this movie because he's the one that's controlling all the monsters trying to take over the world. Spoiler alert. But overall, it was a really, really great movie. I highly recommend it, but I definitely recommend seeing it in 3D if you like all the action. I thought the graphics were really good. It reminded me of like if I was on, say, like the Avatar ride at Disney or another 3D ride at one of the theme parks. It was just that good. Turns out the only bad stuff is I didn't like all the talk in 3D. It just, there's no need for that. It should have been just like a straightforward action. Which, I don't know, there's a lot of movies that do good in 3D, like Avatar, and this movie was actually one of the movies that did really well in 3D, but I'm going to give this movie I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, only because I didn't like that they left it hanging. I wish it would have finished it. There was a lot of slow points. The positives is tons of action, great acting, everything was on point to the exact. And it actually looked like they weren't acting at all, which is really rare in a lot of movies. But overall, I really liked it, so everyone should go see Pacific Rim 2, and please keep on watching and subscribe. Thank you.